Okay, quick repair then on this Dewalt. So I showed you this earlier, and the end one here was slightly odd, the reading, so 11-ish volts there. But if you get the polarity right, it's actually negative. That's a pretty obscure reading, isn't it? So there's something wrong with those two cells at the end. So we're going to take those out. They're both probably deader than dead, but we'll have a look. So we'll chop them out, put some new ones in, and hope this works. I don't think it's actually a board change, like I said earlier. So let's just grind these things out. If you ever do this yourself, just be really, really careful. I've got a fire extinguisher next to me, a little bucket, all sorts of stuff. But if you do this, just go through the metal. If you go any further, you're going to possibly cause an explosion or something. So just watch out. I wouldn't advise doing this. Obviously, this is sped up a little bit as well. So to get those out, all you've really got to do is make a few slices like I'm doing there, and you can literally just pull these out then. Very simple. The end ones are much easier. So glad they're on the end. And just to double check, so I've got one out here. Let's have a quick look. See how these ones are doing on their own. So totally dead, really. So that was the problem. And they just gave that really obscure negative polarity reading. So get the other one out. That's probably exactly the same. We'll pop a couple of new ones in. I've got some that I've taken from another battery. Slightly older LG ones, but they're both perfectly fine. So let's have a look here. And the same, yeah, just as we expected. So both of those are dead. Whack the new ones in. These are the older ones. Don't worry about the colours. Somebody made a comment once about not mixing them, but they're the same type of cells. They're just a different colour because they're an older version and a different OEM. But it's not a problem. So spot weld these in and then solder the middle joint. So you've probably seen this many times in my other videos. That's literally all I'm doing here. A few spot welds all the way down, both sides, solder in the middle. The one on the other side solders to the top. I do lots on here, probably more than I should, because this spot welder isn't the most powerful thing in the world. I just don't want these coming off. There we go. So we'll speed it up a bit. We'll get to the soldering. So soldered the other side. I'm now soldering the opposite side to the top here. And that should be us. And we'll whack this on the charger, see if it charges. And we should be good then. Force that in. Bit stiff, that box, but it's in. So we'll get this on. Turn the power on. Then we'll whack it on here, see what happens. Hoping for flashing. There we go. All good.